Casino, Culture 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 Casino. Culture Casino. Oh, Culture Casino. Culture Casino. Culture Casino. Oh, Culture Casino. Culture Casino. Culture Casino. Culture Casino. Culture Casino. Culture Casino.
Oh boy.
Culture Casino. Culture
Oh boy.
Casino.
Good morning, everybody. What a wonderful Saturday. Got an hour of show for you, or actually about, 55 minutes? So it should be fun. Then member stream for those of you who are members. And then everybody goes and checks out Salty Nerd Podcast. So I want to say a quick shout out and thank you to the folks that already contributed amazing stuff. You are also very generous, and you do keep the channel and me alive. So thanks for that. Just a Dutchie from all the way across the pond with £5 sterling. Euros. I keep doing that. I know what a euro is. Come on now. Anyway, just a Dutchie. Thank you so very much. A message to appreciate you, Culture. You provide amazing information. Wait a minute. Is that true? Amazing and hopefully creative content, but informative content. I'll take that. And thank you for the shout out towards me when I logged off. You bet. You guys are the best. I appreciate each and every one of you. Never want to take you guys for granted. I mean, a lot of creators do that. That's one of the reasons why I focus extra on talking to you guys, especially the folks over on the Green Machine, because that's an extra effort, and I do appreciate that. We've got so many folks over there, like Cat Slave, of course, Jill working double overtime over there. But we've got a few other folks. Crazy White Boy, of course, is here almost every single day. Caveat Ties, of course, and many others. So we got some lurkers over there as well. We also got Mark Fields here, which is right down here. And I want to say thank you to Mark for everything he does, because he does an awful lot too. He brings us positive vibes each and every day. He wishes us positive vibes. And I think he actually makes positive vibes. It's magic. I don't know. We've got great people here, so I just want to say thanks. And for the $2, he says, positive vibes to you all. Have a beautiful day. You too, Mark. Love you, man. We got the great and powerful and incredibly generous Tony Piacente. I just love saying that. For $5. Culture Casino memberships. Thank you for that. We love it so very much. And we got so much going on. Look at all those names turning green. We love to turn the names green. Folks, you can be part of a goal I've been setting over the course of the next 3 weeks, officially from today. We're trying to get back to 1,000 members, and we're getting close. We're going to have an update on Monday where we're sitting and where we need to go. And for those of you that help me get places, I just want to say, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Speaking of thank you very much, we got to get right into the stories. I want to say I appreciate all of you that showed up today. I will get to shouting out names here in just a moment, like, of course, Juliet, amazing, hardworking wrench. Ewan Cumia is in the house. What's up, Ewan? Of course, I already mentioned Jill. There's so many people here. Cat Slave, already mentioned. We got, oh, man. Walter Tomaszewski's in the house. Has Maxwell House Coffee been actually renamed to Maxwell Apartment? I really hope not. I didn't look into that, sir. I had a hard time believing it when I saw it. What's up, ASCII? Loving the video title. Gunn is definitely, he's a scummy bag. He's a scummy bag. We'll get to him in a moment. I knew second season Peacemaker was bad because I had a little insight, but man, didn't know that it was going to be what it became. Snort, what's up to my favorite polar bar? We got look at all these people. You guys are on fire. Penny is here. Penny. Good morning, dear. Thank you for being here. I know you got your hands full sometimes. Yeah, at least you get to chase, something that's not an animal. Miss Mutant Bamhammer's in the house. Blah blah blah. Sorry. Miss Pitcoff, I haven't seen her for a while, but I know she was due a vacation. So there's that. Generic Brunette's in the house saying, morning all. Looking forward to spending time with you all. And very fine people. And the bearded wonder. Well, thank you. Except my beard's a little miskempt at the moment. I feel embarrassed. I apologize for my beard, but I was hustling this morning, taking topsoil out to the garden, and bringing in cedar pickets, which will become more raised garden bed. All the stuff I'm doing right now is kind of temporary. It's seasonal to get the fall plants all set to go. So very excited about that. I saw Keely Chow in the house to say, roll tide, friend. We've got the lovely Jan Monroe out there. Good to see you. Look at all the lovely humans. I love it. I love it so much. Fallout Dave, what's up, buddy? And let's see. Commander and Streaker of Shadow. Awesome sauce. Krisha, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Good morning to you. We got Hoot. Good morning, Hoot, Al, and of course, Leaf Erickson. Hello. A lot of people busy out there. Busy. Just trying to catch up. Carl Singh is in the house. We got Dean Krantz in the house. We don't have any hours in the house. You can't say the actual word, you get in trouble. Extreme Memes in the house. What's going on? You guys are busy. The memery has been ridiculous. I'm telling you. Feliato, hello. Did Diddy done do it? He done did. Wee, hello. We got Maddie out there saying good morning. Good morning to you. And wow, holy cow, Kohlhauser. What are you doing, buddy? 20 Canadian. Just bam. And with a happy and lovely good morning. Good morning to you, Kohlhauser. Good to see you, bud. Man, the generosity is just popping this morning. Holy cow. Look at this. We got Scott Westbrook out there dropping 5 Culture Casino memberships. That's right. That's 10, 11 if you count the amazing, the lovely, the incredible, the phenomenal, and the friendly. Penny dropping a Culture Casino membership as well. Look at this. Oh, Jillian, I love seeing you every Saturday. And I love seeing you Saturday over on SNP. It's great to see you. Thank you for stopping in. And yes, fellow Culturians, unite, celebrate, banter about. Razorburn, everybody's favorite, industrial music head. Netflix Foreign's in the house. Nice to see the beard out a bit. Well, I need to work some more on it, unfortunately. Look, I worked up a sweat. I'm in like outdoor gear and the whole 9 yards. So yeah. I love working in the greenhouse, in the greenhouses, in the garden. In fact, I'm extending a greenhouse, which means I have to take it apart basically, and extend it, and then put all the hot peppers in it. Gonna have hot peppers plus probably some eggplant, a few other things in there. We're going to get that done, and then I'm going to record the entirety of the construction, the layout, the construction, and everything with the new greenhouse. So by the time I'm done, I should have over 2,000 square foot of greenhouses, and I should have multiple garden beds and things like that. And then I'm going to build an outdoor kitchen. So all that will eventually be on the build channel. So, but it's great to see you all. Oh my gosh, Jillian with the generosity too. Jillian H sent 5 Culture Casino gift memberships. Thank you, Jillian. You are so generous and just an absolute delight. Thank you for being here. All right. This is amazing. There's Putin's cat. What's up? Peppers and weed. Hey, we got Barry, the music man, in the house. And, of course, release the McCracken. What's going on? I'm so happy. Georgia Peach, good morning. Okay, let's get into some stories. We don't have time because we got to go over to the member stream. If you are a member of the channel, in the community tab for the channel or on your YouTube thing, there should be a message with the link to the channel, which again, will be starting in about 45 minutes with that show. So I got to cook. We got to get going. Let's start with the fact that The Rock is not a movie star. The Rock's not a movie star, guys. I look, I will argue with everybody, including Nick, because this is probably Nick, Echo Base Network. Is this Coach? I think it's Nick. Is this Nick? I think it's Nick. And Kit Kat's here. Okay, so let's get back to it. The Rock's not a look. I'm going to show you why he's not the movie star. If you look here. Oh, wait, I buried the title. I'm silly. The Smashing Machine is the sucking machine when it comes to earnings at the box office. He's not a leading man. He can't open a movie. This is kind of his attempt to get some Oscar bait going. There are legitimately 5 or 6 of those films. We'll get to that later in this article from Jordan Rumi over at World of Real. But if I was going to do a video on this, I was going to use this story to do a video, and I didn't because I wanted to do it with you guys right now and talk about the fact that when is somebody going to fix his brain and let him know that, maybe it was rattled too much by wrestling? But he's not a movie star. He's an actor. He's a movie actor. I'll give him that. But as even Jordan says in this partial review of the film, everything he does is very awkward. He has to try to act, right? I mean, as much as I liked Ballers, which was on HBO, I couldn't even pretend that he was acting. I think he was just playing him, and just extending it to when he used to play college football and just decided to, before he, took on his dad's life, he just kind of naturally extended that thought process. That's it. His attitude, his approach, everything about it. He's not an actor. I mean, excuse me. He's not a movie star. He doesn't open films. This film, The Smashing Machine, is looking at a $9 or $10 million debut tops. We got to stop pretending that in today's hyperinflation or post-hyperinflation culture that, because we're about to go through some deflation, believe it or not, which I have only seen twice in my lifetime. But there's a lot of pressure there. If you look at what the Fed is thinking, and I'm talking about not the guy at the top who's a fraud and is a partisan douchebag. I'm talking about like everybody else that's there except for the criminal lady that still somehow got to keep her job despite the fact that she committed mortgage fraud. Do you want somebody committing mortgage fraud to be like managing what happens to your money? Hell no. Anyway, I don't normally curse, but that was it. Sorry. Anyway, so this is not an opening, and it's a real shame. What an opening is $40 million. $40 million is an opening. And do you know who does that? Taylor Swift, right? In fact, if you take a look at Taylor Swift, here it is. Taylor Swift Showgirl is strutting somewhere between 29 and 31 million plus worldwide. It's going to be huge. The Smashing Machine hits the mat with 6 to 7 million, and this is the early returns that we think. And one battle after another, one of the worst movies ever made, $100 million worldwide this weekend. What I'll tell you about that is it has a long way to go before it even breaks even. I don't care what anybody says. I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio is very marketable anymore. I think after this particular film being very destructive and divisive in our culture right now, I think this could be the beginning of a swan song. I think that he might have a few in his future, but I mean, they tried to pretend that he opened a movie last weekend. I think it made $22 million domestic. Yeah, give me strength. Do you know what they're not reporting here? What one battle after another is domestically. I wonder why that is. Regardless, I wanted to show you a little bit of that because look, Taylor Swift, she has draw. She's a superstar in her own field. She's not having to act, so it's basically, just it's not really extended music video, but look, I mean, she just has the thing that you need if you're going to be, somebody that can cross platform, which she can do from music to film. The question is she going to be able to do anything for real when she decides to slow down? Don't know. But I'm going to tell you now. I mean, it's opening in a $15 to $16 million Friday. Looking at an entire weekend forecast over 30. I think it's going to be more than that. 3,700 theaters, and those figures don't come from AMC theaters. You've got all kinds of hype here. Some estimates are putting it as high as 40 million. That wouldn't surprise me. And this is one of those times when I think that despite the situation, I think, like I said, I think she's going to dominate the box office. And I don't think there's anything out there to compete with her. But back to the not movie star, The Rock. Isn't it interesting? I worked in two like superpower people into the same conversation. It's just not going to do. It's not going to do that well. Whereas Taylor Swift going to be fine. Smashing Machine isn't doing so well in tracking, but looking to debut between 9 and 10 million. So everybody's figured that out. Good Boy, which is a horror film, dog-led horror film, is going to be doing a few million. And a lot of people give this Smashing Machine, this rock film, not great grades. 69% on Metacritic. And here's what's coming out of it. Okay. Watching him, speaking of The Rock, watching him strain towards seriousness, awkward, lumbering, oddly touching, is the real spectacle here, I bet. And then they start to talk about the Oscars, and they, of course, have to mention DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, which I think is not good. I think Marty Supreme's probably a better Oscar film. And there's really some buzz towards Sinners for Michael B. Jordan. That's not surprising. But putting Johnson in there, no. All I know is this. That despite the fact that Johnson's been pigeonholed in his career, at least he's trying to do different things. Get away from the wait a minute. Is he doing different things? He's playing a sports character requiring a hulky, muscly body. Huh. No. Forget what I said. He's playing The Rock still. All right. Well, that was fun. Anyway, I just thought that was an interesting way to start the stream because The Rock's not a movie star. He's an actor, kind of. He's really good at acting like a wrestler. I mean, that's something. And that's why I didn't do a video on that, because I wouldn't have had a lot to say. I'm like, my take is The Rock's not a movie star. He's an ensemble actor at best, and a very good one. And that's always been what he's done, whether it be wrestling, whether it was football, believe it or not, going all the way back to, college, then following in his dad's footsteps, and then going from there. Sorry. I'm curious if anybody disagrees. Most of his movies are the same to me. LOL. You know what? EBN, you are correct. Oh, hang on. I got to sneeze. See, I was outside. It's a problem. John, the Beagle Dad, is out there. Good to see you. Dean's like, I have not been to any of these movies. I don't blame you. There's not a lot of good movies, and that's the problem, guys. I used to be at the theater 2 or 3 times a week. I'm not anymore. In fact, I haven't seen a movie in a little bit. It's been a couple of weeks, and that's sad for me. I like to go to the theater, but there's nothing to watch. Hey, our friend Pinochet's Helicopter Tours is here. Good to see you, man. I hope you're recovering well and fighting back, because that's a good thing. Hey, Jeff Pearson's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. And Razorbird says Taylor Swift is the reason I listen to Meatloaf. Oh wait, not Meatloaf. That had to be wrong. Oh, Metal. Okay. I misread that. Need to clean my glasses. We've got Release the McCracken saying, hey, my daughter said her new album shucks. And she's like, I'm just going to say there's a lot of there are a lot of Taylor Swift fans out there, and they enjoy her music. Um, there are a few Taylor Swift songs that I think are good and actually appropriate for some film scores and things like that. Soundtracks. But I don't know if it has broad generational appeal. I think that's the battle that's being fought over Taylor Swift. And to me, she's making money hand over fist. Um, I don't know. Crazy White Boy's actually at a Best Buy with his mom and his child when she was about 3 or 4. My birthday was coming up, and my mom asked my kid what she could get dad for his birthday. She reaches over and grabs the Showgirls DVD and hands it to me. That's my Showgirls, not this Showgirl. Anyway, look, I don't want to say anything about the bad breakup song person, because I think Swift is very good at conveying every single breakup and how it's always the man's fault. I think that's good, but I think it just limits your appeal. Anyway, it's good to see you all here. So, because I know I have Swift fans in this stream, I do, and there are reasons for that. Oh, here we go. Gladen River says, get purple potatoes at a Korean grocer. That's true. And then you can have them, they'll actually chit. I know that word's kind of iffy, but CHIT, and it will, they'll start to grow like little, like arms and look very alien-y. And you can put them in the garden. You want to get them before they go toxic or green. Same thing with when you're going to harvest your potatoes. You want to wait till the top of the stalks start to die down and fall. If you wait too long and everything's dead and you pull them up, sometimes your harvest isn't bueno. So sometimes you have some bad potatoes. Don't want that. All right. Yes, I tell you what, Poonscat, I want the Rock to lose 200 pounds and play the Culture Casino story. That'd be funny. He'd have to dress up as a bear, though, right? Anyway, yeah, I'm not a fan of James Gunn anymore. John the Beagle Dad. Oh, you know what? Let's get him out of the way. Let's get him out of the way. In so many different ways, James Gunn is just a bad person. He attacks the fans. He uses all the typical Hollywood talking points. It's the same playbook. It's why I made the video I made. I'm going to get back to, hopefully once a day or once every other day videos. So, rest assured, we'll still be doing videos here, not just live streams. But he's not creative about anything in his world. He's glommed on to other people's creative material and been able to have a vision through it. Okay, that's a certain level of creativity. I'll give him that. But anytime he's asked to be that creative, you're going to get Superman. And to me, Superman just wasn't that creative of a movie. If anything, it fell far short at too many points for me to be raving about it. But as I said in my review, it's an okay movie. It's not great, but that's kind of what we're stuck with. And that's why a lot of people are calling all of this superhero stuff slop. In fact, most of what we see on television and on the film screen is slop. It's it's low effort. It's there's usually not a consistent internal logic to what we're getting, and that's true across the board, including television. I mean, you were being told a very compelling story. Let's say with something like Game of Thrones. Early on, Game of Thrones is brilliant, compelling story. Somebody worked very diligently and dedicated themselves to the material. And of course, that's not the person who put the series together. They just kind of stole the material, condensed it in their adaptation so that they could make it fit tightly into television seasons. And HBO at the time had money because it was AT&T's money. So they were being very effective in what the story that we're telling. But Big Head and Little Head kind of wrecked that. Well, you've got a one man wrecking ball in James Gunn, and Peter Safran apparently doesn't even give him anything because he claims he's got no oversight. He can do whatever he wants. That's not very good, at least in my estimation. And let's take a look at the story though, because I feel like we need context. So, from our friends over at Cosmic Book News, Matt wrote this himself, by the way. Peacemaker ratings tank, proving James Gunn's Superman doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. James Gunn does not matter. Okay, I'm going to say now, and you know what? You can stone me later, I guess, but um, please, literally, don't do that. I have a lot to get done in my life before I'm done. But make plans. God will change those for you. Anyway, uh, Gunn's already pushed DC in the wrong direction. Uh, the Commandos thing, Creature Commando thing, not for kids. Superman could be thought of as for kids, although there's a few moments in there some parents will object to. Um, Drunken Supergirl, if that's the character that Alcock is playing, um, that's a problem. And of course, then I started to think about the people who are advising him. And the minute that Tom King name is ringing in my head, I'm like, I now understand how screwed up the rest of this is going to be. There will be little in here that will be targeting a generational audience. And this is where all these super self-centered adults, these myopic visioned people, that's where they rest, that's where they live, that's where they play, which means there's no future for any of this. It's Disney's got this problem times 1,000. But this one man has me thinking maybe Snyder wasn't half bad, despite the fact that the dark visuals and his constant dystopian thing, is really just a mere reflection of himself suffering with some mental anguish because of the events that happened in his life. You know, this is the level of hot garbage that I don't think anybody should put out there in the world. So, did ending Superman's run in theaters and pushing it to digital technically um help Peacemaker? No, the ratings have just been because the themes and the storytelling has been so Tom King. Somebody got in Gunn's head and told him, you've got to keep destroying this audience. And he's obliged. It's crazy. You know what? Salty Demon, I'm with you. The last great film was Godzilla -1. Even for its failings, it is still one of the best movies. There's actually more heart in a Godzilla movie than in anything else I've seen in a long time. You know, and people liked to pretend that Thunderbolts, had that same level of emotional pull. No, it didn't. Again, these people are so self-involved, they cannot tell a story. And they're so corrupted by messaging, they can't tell a story. So James Gunn, terrible person with the idea of sending terrible messages through medium. I didn't say anything bad about Meatloaf, just so you know, Zippy. I did not. I promise you. Hey, Tobach, how's it going, buddy? Okay, let's get to some supers before I finish up this, because I feel like I'm ignoring the amazingness that is the audience out there. So here we go. Cole Hauser, once again with 2 more Canadian Canucky bucks, says The Rock wrecked G.I. Joe. Yeah, okay, sorry. That all smooshed together for me. G.I. Joe Retaliation. Bad choice. Yeah. Yeah. Huh, man. I want a good G.I. Joe movie. How hard is that to do? Forget Hollywood. Forget all the noise. Ignore the toxic masculinity garbage, which actually is really a prison terminology thing for people that study criminology. It's not applicable in the real world. And the fact that the pretend pseudo intellectuals, actually, they're not pretending, they are pseudo intellectuals, you glommed onto that to try to attack men with it and masculinity. It irritates me. Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, The Rock's. Look, there are a lot of terrible roles he's been in. He's been terrible in a lot of stuff. Let's just agree. I didn't say I didn't like The Rock. I think he's a good wrestler, and I've liked him in the Fast and Furious films. But outside of the one time I thought he was okay, in the first Jumanji movie, I've only ever really seen him actually act in, I think Walk Hard. I think the remake of that. Anyway, thank you, Komagoen, for a Culture Casino membership. Much appreciated. It looks like Pyro got that one. And there's Zippy. Zippy for 5 Culture Casino cash says the corporate effect is amazing. Have to low effort things to stay in the crony network. Capable people are cast out. And I think that already happened. I mean, I have friends, right? And I know people are still in the industry because one of them is one of my supporters out there. And I'll just tell you, no bueno. No bueno. Holy cow. SWG Varice. Woohoo! Drops 20 Culture Casino memberships. There you go. Unbelievable. SWG Varice. You are incredibly generous and amazing and spectacular. And I'm watching this wall of green. Holy cow. We are going to get there, folks. We are driving forward. We are going back to 1,000 members. And hey, I'm going to redouble my efforts to, show you a little bit of my life as a member. So we're going to film some of me, I don't know, picking habaneros maybe or something like that. I'm going to try to blow your mind. I may take a video of my the rising of the seeds. I have the big kahuna beans coming out of the ground right now. So very, very excited. You guys don't even know. I love food. I love to make food. I like to grow food. And I tell you what, next week when I'm doing food prep, I will film the process of making the world's best sausage burrito. All the equipment you need, the eggs, scrambled eggs without milk. I know, but I'm trying to get the best food I can for the buck. But you can use milk, but and all of the yummy sausage. Oh, and then I'll show you how it's made. And the one thing that you need to know, you need a little bit of a water bottle or a squirt bottle with water. Of course, not something that you use for laundry or for spraying the cat. It needs to be sterile and it needs to be fresh, clean water because you need that so you can make the sizzle. And I'm going to show you not like that guy Pedro Pascal. I'm not that sizzle, different sizzle. It's like it like adds like 10,000 flavor. I'm not kidding. You guys are going to love it. I'll show you how to do it. This is how we do it. But anyway, I just want to say thank you to SWG Vrice for helping us get there because it's so much fun. So much fun. You guys are the best. I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy. All right. Anyway. Look at these beautiful people out there. I can't even catch up with you guys on the so great. What else do we got? Rob Altus, good to see you, buddy. Buddy. Hello, Culture Casino. Just returned from Taiwan. Oh, buddy. Did you have fun? Jet lag. Yeah, no kidding. Especially from that. Asia's tough. Look, I'm going to tell you one of the things that saves me is to stop in Hawaii for a day or two on the way there and on the way back because otherwise I'm messed up. Because as it is, I mean, Hawaii is like really an odd time cycle anyway. The real world is just waking up, and for you, it's the middle of the night, so you're like, and then Asia's a whole other trip. But I'm sure you had a great time. I know people that are moving there as they retire, not Taiwan specifically, but to Asia. Um, People looking at Philippines and from Philippines to Tokyo. So there's a lot of adventures to be had in life. I hope you enjoyed yours. But yeah, adjusting time is rough. It is. It truly is. Oh, you guys are on fire. I am so blessed. Look at these amazing people. Netflix forward. Like you said, Blumhouse could make a great G.I. Joe. I think honestly. Yeah, and it would cost less money. And you wouldn't G.I. Joe isn't a movie that you make with stars. It's a movie that can make stars. If you have a good casting director, which Hollywood doesn't seem to have anymore. Yeah. SWG Vry said, just did a bunch of dives with my 12-year-old grandson. Awesome! Helldivers 2 is a lot of fun with friends for sure and family, I imagine. It was a blast. I took him on a level 7 for fun. Oh, I bet that was a good time. Good stuff. Q2Cast TV is in the house. You can check out his channel and the news straight from, pretty much Socialism USA pretty soon. ASCII says for 5 Culture Casino cash. I can't gift members on my phone. You will be able to soon. By the way, YouTube just said that update is coming. So, but I can give you this. Well, thank you, my friend. I much appreciate it. I love food too. I love it so much. I'm in shape. I'm trying to get back to shape. Again, before the global crisis, coof, pandemic, whatever you want to call it, I was carved out of wood. I am going to be carved out of wood again. We're getting back again. Shady's back. Anyway, my shape is round. Oh, okay. I should have read farther. No. Yeah, and my shape was round, and now we're unrounding. De-rounding? We're squaring off the squared circle. What am I? Anyway, something like that. Anyway, thank you, Fred. So my shape language is round. Thank you for dropping the Disney garbage in there. That's much appreciated. Look, let's just say James Gunn is not a leader of men or maybe even of a film studio. On that note, thank you asking. I got to keep moving. You guys are so amazing. I love it. Hey, there's It's Courtney's Fellowship. My sister in law is Taiwanese. Oh, that's so cool. I have the most awesome nephew and nieces. There you go. There you go. Taiwan's beautiful. I have family in Taiwan and may retire there. That's not a bad choice. It's not a bad choice. It's a holiday in Cambodia. Oh, man, a lot of people aren't going to know that reference, but super fun. Thank you, crazy white boy. Ba, 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 ba. Da, 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 da. Dean Krantz says, if I were to retire to Asia, I would move to Cebu in the Philippines. Low property values, and most either speak or understand English. I think most of the Philippines speaks English. A lot of Thailand does. Um, I have. If you are going to venture there, reach out to me. I have conversations about things to avoid that you will not be prepared for. Pepina says, sadly, not many of those that matter have not woken up yet. Yeah, well, they're waking up. We're waking them up. We have to. Jeremiah, what's up, buddy? Jeremiah Hembry is a member again of his own accord or a renewal. I don't know, but he is a gold member. Gold member. Okay, sorry. Hey, Tuna Guzman's in the house for $2. Says Zachary Levi is doing a story with Ripa. Very cool. Look, Eric's been doing stuff left and right, and he's hiding stuff. Good news from us. I mean, what can I say? Eric July is one of the best. So it's easy to support him. It's easy to support independent comics. We have a lot of people, that kind of shuffle through our little fellowship, and man, great things are happening. We are making stories. We are doing things, and that's important. And for those of you that are doing those things, thank you. All right, we got to keep going because we're running out of time. I got 15 minutes on the clock before we got to be doing the member stream. If you are a member of any kind, now while you be automatically redirected from here to Salty Nerd Podcast, if you remember, go ahead, look at the community tab, and or you have a notification if you've got all your notifications on for the notifications bell. If you click on it, you should have a message from me, from the community, with the directions to get there. And I hope you get there because I want you to be there. Q2 Cast TV says the Thailand tourist trade has been dying the last year or so. A lot of the resorts are empty. Really? Well, that wouldn't surprise me. Vegas is a ghost town. I don't think I've ever seen Vegas that empty. In fact, there are whole channels now dedicated on YouTube to the emptiness of Vegas. And I'll just chalk it up to the fact that globally the economy is quite crap and people aren't going anywhere. The New World Order, otherwise known as WEF's Great Reset, is in full effect. And I'm watching my friends kind of be destroyed and destroying the culture of nations. In my opinion, multiculturalism means death. not to individuals immediately, but to nations. Do you think? Do you think that the king is abandoned his duty at this point? Because believe it or not, he could abolish two parliaments and start again. He has the power to do that, not just in the UK, but in Canada. Imagine being able to fix and root out communism and corruption in a simple step. Tender Warrior, what's going on? Tender Warrior 68 in the house, and of course, generous as always. Thank you, Tender Warrior 68 for 5 Culture Casino memberships. See, 5 more people can join us at the member stream in about 15 minutes. So hopefully you'll be there. Thank you, Tender Warrior, for your generosity. We get ever closer to the goal 1,000 members for the channel. You guys are phenomenal. You are just amazing people. Amazing. If we get back to 1,000 members, man, it'll be something. And like I said, I'm gonna start giving you a little taste of the garden, maybe, and maybe of the kitchen. We'll see. Tony Piacente, that's a reasonable thought though. With Taiwan, getting that close to Chinese oppression could be an issue, but you gotta ask a question. Netflix Foreign says King Charles came up with the idea for the Great Reset. Well, I think I want to attribute that more to Klaus, but Mr. Schwab, but that bikini wearing freak show is no longer in charge. It's now co-run by somebody and the worst person on the planet, Larry Fink. So there's that. King Charles III is weak. He's a coward. Yeah, that's a sentiment I see a lot here. And there's our friend John, the Beagle Dad, becoming a member of his own free will. Sorry, I keep adding that because it's like, look, these people willingly became members. I'm putting little heart emojis on everything. Because you guys you're so phenomenal. I'm so blessed. I can't even believe Cole Hauser is here watching. So anyway, all right, let's get to let's call it the last story, and it's going to be a combined bunch of stuff. So right now in Saudi Arabia, there is a Riyadh comedy festival going on, and I hope I said that right. Probably didn't, but there's been a lot of hemming and hawing and gnashing of teeth and rending of garments. You're welcome. Lots of biblical references there. But there are people apologizing for participating in a free speech celebration. Comedy's free speech, And then there's some weird apologeticness. Why wouldn't I be here, brother? No, I just appreciate it, man. Just appreciate it. Anyway, but yeah, we got okay, let's just do this because I don't have a good way to present this or introduce it. This is the story I'm going to start with. There's this lesbian stand-up comedian named Jessica Kirson is expressing sincere regret for Riyadh Comedy Festival performance. What? So though she requested a guarantee that she could be openly out as a lesbian on stage and perform gay material, Kirsten is apologizing to fans and confirms she will donate her fee to a human rights organization. First of all, what? Do you ever feel like there's a lot of nonsense and now we're going to fill in the details that aren't going to satisfy any questions you would have? That's how I always feel with Hollywood Reporter. But anyway, she was among the 50 stars or over 50 stars to participate in Saudi Arabia's Riyadh Comedy Festival. The event, currently taking place through October 9 and billed as the world's largest comedy festival, welcomed a who's who of comedians to the country, including Chappelle, Bill Burr, Louis C.K., Kevin Hart, Pete Davidson, Whitney Cummings, Andrew Schulz, Aziz Ansari, Jim Jeffries, Joe Coy, Sebastian Maniscalco. I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry. Maniscalco, excuse me. Scalocco. Okay, there we go. Man, I'm way better at Italian usually. Mark Normand, Tom Segura, Bobby Lee, he's funny. Jeff Ross, he's funny, and more. So, yeah. So that festival came under fire this week. Why? Probably because there were people like Mark Maron, David Cross, and Atsuko Akutsuka speaking out about it. Of course, Cross cited Saudi Arabia's oppressive regime. It's a different culture, dude. And the country's treatment of women's. The LGBTQ community and journalists as a cause for alarm. Okay. So Akatsuka, who shared that she turned down the fest's offer, posted the event's contract online, which included the following: artists shall whoopsie. Oh, I forgot. I can't do that on Hollywood Reporter. Artists shall not prepare or perform any material that may be considered to degrade, defame, or bring into public disrepute, contempt, scandal, embarrassment, or ridicule the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, including its leadership, public figures, culture, or people. And B, the Saudi royal family, legal system, or government. And C, any religion, religious tradition, religious figure, or religious practice. If you don't want to play by the rules, don't sign up and don't go. This is their playground, and there's some rules to it. You may not like the rules, but if you want to get the paycheck, you play by the rules. So, in her statement exclusively with Hollywood Reporter, Kirsten said that she was surprised to be asked to perform at the Riyadh Comedy Festival. She even went so far as to request a guarantee that she could be openly out as a lesbian on stage and perform gay material, as is common in her act. I hoped that this could help LGBTQ plus people in Saudi Arabia. Not likely. People in Saudi Arabia feel seen and valued. First of all, that ain't happening. I am grateful that I was able to do precisely that. To my knowledge, I am the first openly gay comic to talk about it on stage in Saudi Arabia. I received messages from attendees sharing how much it meant to them to participate in a gay affirming event. At the same time, I deeply regret participating under the auspices of the Saudi government. Okay. I went and did the thing that they didn't want you to do. I was guaranteed that I could do that. I did it. And now I'm going to insult the people who allowed me to do it. Doesn't seem right. But hey, there were many people there, including this guy, Louis C.K. He wants to be part of the comedy festival after mixed feelings, thinking it's a positive thing. So he talked about this. If you want to go find it, it was on Bill Maher. And look, I mean, he said that he had mixed feelings about participating in the controversial festival, but has come to see it as a positive thing, despite backlash from many of his comedy peers. That's not that many. It's just the freak shows that are so myopic they don't have an open mind. If you're supposed to be open-minded and you're supposed to be tolerant, which I'm done being tolerant, by the way, it doesn't mean I'm going to be a jerk. I've tolerated enough. I'm beyond tolerating. Where I am now, I may not be able to tolerate more. That's all I'm saying. But Louis C.K. has reason to kind of take risks because he set his career back by somebody, talking about his little proclivities. But that's not it. You have to remember that the greatest comedy or comedian of our time, this Dave Chappelle fella, I think he's brilliant, says it's easier to talk in Saudi Arabia than it is in America. And originally, you can get offended by that, but it's not an offensive comment. You say something here in the States or even on a live stream such as this, you're opening yourself up for attack because there can't be a discussion. There has to be an attack because one side has to win. And it reminds me of losing a great human not that long ago in Charlie Kirk. And again, I am an attendee of AmeriFest. I was there after the presidential election this last year. Had the opportunity to engage with people that were like-minded and very far from like-minded alike. The event was very open. I imagine this year's is going to be very closed and very secure. But hopefully I'm afforded the opportunity to go as I got my notification yesterday via email. But it's things like this that remind me of that and of Charlie Kirk and of the great things that he did and things he allowed to happen. And the fact that all he wanted to do was have a dialogue. And apparently that's one of the most dangerous things in the world. It can get you killed. It shouldn't. We should be able to talk about anything. And if somebody's upset, well, we can talk about that too, if I have time. But I'm offended by a lot of what people say. I usually just wipe it off my back and move on. And with all that being said, we got to bring the show to a close because we have another one to do. So if you happen to be a member of the channel, my friends, if you happen to be one of the members here, you got another hour and you have a unique opportunity to join me on stage if you'd like, as long as you have earphones, headphones, whatever, so you don't echo, and you have a microphone. You don't need a camera. You can have one if you want to, but remember, you're going to be in public. And I hope those of you that are members, do join. So one last super chat from our good friend Tony Piacente, who's been very generous today, saying, "Why do celebrities think their opinions are more important than ours?" Well, because they've never had anybody, once they've become successful, never had anybody tell them no. And they're always up their hind ends, reinforcing everything they do. It's the worst thing that being an agent became in performing arts. Agents used to be a guide, somebody who was there just to get you paid and not to tell you how great you were all the time. You didn't need an entourage, 12 people deep, making sure that they were complimenting you constantly. And that culture eventually evolved into what we have in social media, where everybody wants, a hormone hit from their brain whenever they get a like or something like that. If I ever get to be like that, folks, you've got to, tell me. I don't think I'll ever be big enough to have that kind of a thing. But I think you need to remain humble at all times. And you need people to tell you when you're wrong. You need to be able to have those discussions. Sometimes your best friend is going to be the person that tells you no. Say, don't do that. This is beyond your moral circle. I think that's a good friend. And I think I always want to be a good friend to you. So I want you to be a good friend to me. Anyway, we got to get going, guys. I want to say thank you. It's been a long time since I've seen Josiah. What's up, buddy? And a lot of you out there. So your attention to being here is great. And hopefully you guys are appreciating the new podcast. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I think we will be going at the same time on Tuesdays for the foreseeable future with that particular podcast. May have to become a channel. And I'm going to obviously move that also to Thursdays, gradually expanding it to weekdays over the course of the next 4 or 5 months. Because you guys asked for it, you're going to get it. See you at the member stuff if you're coming. Otherwise, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya. Hopefully on the member stream.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude, crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently, thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to